Kremlin, there is currently no negotiated solution to the Ukrainian conflict. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that in the current context, the Ukrainian conflict cannot be resolved through diplomatic negotiations. Asked if there was a diplomatic solution to the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told Interfax on September 19 that there is no such prospect at the moment. Peskov said Ukraine could end the conflict at any time by accepting Russian terms. At the same time, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said recently that peace talks with Russia can be resumed only if Russian troops withdraw from Ukraine's occupied territories. Russia has repeatedly said the military campaign will not end until Kiev meets Moscow's conditions, including a commitment to permanent neutrality, recognition of Russia's Crimean Peninsula, and recognition of the independence of the Donbas region, where the Russian Federation is located. The two separate regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. Meanwhile, Ukrainian officials have repeatedly insisted they would never give up any territory. On September 16, President Putin said in a meeting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi that Russia will do everything possible to end the conflict as soon as possible. However, Kremlin bosses have accused Ukraine of prolonging the conflict. He said Ukrainian leaders rejected the negotiating process, saying instead that Ukraine wanted to achieve its goals through military means or victory on the battlefield. In July, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmitry Peskov said Kiev would not resume talks until Moscow was defeated on the battlefield. Mr. Kuleba stressed that the Ukrainian president did not rule out the possibility of negotiations, but there was no reason to do so at the moment. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said on September 19 that the chances of Kiev and Moscow signing a peace agreement are very slim, mainly because both sides are sticking to their goals. They were brought into conflict. Guterres noted that while President Putin announced that Russia would continue special military operations in Ukraine until all objectives were achieved, President Zelensky assured that he would liberate all regions. In a recent interview with CNN, President Zelensky said he was reluctant to negotiate with President Putin and would only consider diplomatic options after Russian troops have withdrawn from areas where they used to be stationed. The first month of the event, peace talks between Russia and Ukraine have been deadlocked since late March. Both sides have laid out conditions for resumption of negotiations, while the West continues to supply Kiev with arms and military equipment.